Hey guys, welcome to ZUDAKO. Now, Anthropic just opened a brand new research institute. NVIDIA dropped a massive open model built for agents. ElevenLabs went full creative platform. ChatGPT just got interactive visuals, and Perplexity now merging with Mac Mini to become an always-on agent that never sleep. Okay, so today we have lots of things to cover and to share with you. So let's get into it. Before to get this, if you don't have subscribe, if you don't subscribe our channel, please do subscribe, and we will going forward. Okay, now so there is a technology called Wi-Fi-DensePose, and the name alone should tell something. Here's how it works, and I want to you to really think about this for a second. Your Wi-Fi router right now is consistently sending out signals. Those signals bounce off everything in your home, your walls, your furniture, your couch, your body, everything. Every time you move, those reflection patterns change slightly. Their shift is tiny, almost interceptible ways. A human cannot detect these shifts, but AI can. Wi-Fi dense pose takes that data. It's called channel state information, and it's already built into standard Wi-Fi hardware, meaning no special equipment needed, and it uses that information to reconstruct your full body position in real time. We are talking arms, legs, torso, all mapped out as separate segment through walls in complete darkness, with zero cameras, zero wearables, just your existing Wi-Fi router and a compatible device. Now, the first thing most people think when they hear this, okay, this is surveillance nightmare, and that's completely valid reaction. But here's the angle that the researchers want to focus on, and I think it's genuinely interesting. Think about care homes. Think about hospitals. Putting cameras in those environment is really hard sell. Uh, Patients don't want to be recorded. Families have concern. There are privacy law. It gets complicated fast. But a system that can detect if someone falls, or if a patient's breathing has stopped, or if an elderly person hasn't moved in unusual amount of time, and do all of that without recording a single frame of video, that changes the conversation completely. The healthcare use case here is real. Fall detection, breathing monitoring, sleep tracking, patient safety, all of it become possible without without cameras, right? And here the thing that I think a lot of people are going to miss. This project is fully open source. Anyone can look at the code, anyone can build on it, anyone can audit. That matters. But yes, the privacy implication is wrong hands are serious, and that conversation needs to happen, because this technology exists whether we talk about it or not, right? Okay, moving on. Anthropic just opened a brand new research institute, and the person leading it's someone who's been in the AI space for a long time. Jack Clark, who is one of the Anthropic's co-founder, is heading this up. Now, what's interesting about this institute is what it actually focus on. It's not about building better models or making cloud smarter. Anthropic already has teams for that. This institute is specifically studying how AI reshapes jobs, economy, law, and governance. Think about what that means. We are at a point where AI is moving so fast that the social, legal, and economic structure around genuinely cannot keep up. There are no clear insurance category for human and robot. We'll get to that in seconds. There are no agree upon legal frameworks for AI in workspace. There are no established governance model for what happens when AI autonomous a large portion of entire industry. And what makes this institute particularly powerful is something that not many external researchers have access to: direct access to data from frontier models, real data from actual cutting edge AI systems. That means the research coming out of the institute isn't going to be theoretical. It's going to be grounded in what's actually happening with the most advanced AI that exists right now. This is significant because policy is always behind technology, and historically, when that gap into large for too long, you get messy outcomes for workers, companies, and for society. The fact that Anthropic funding is leading a serious effort to study this proactively genuinely is important. Okay, now, NVIDIA, they just released a new open model called Nemotron 3 Super, and the space on these things are worth talking about. It's a 120 billion parameter model, so on paper massive, here's the part that's actually clever. It only use 12 billion active parameters at any given time. This is mixture of expert architecture where not all of the model is active during every interface. The results is that you get, one 120 billion parameter level quantity, but at a fraction of computational cost. And NVIDIA is claiming this deliver 5 times higher uh, throughput than the previous Nemotron Super. 5 times, right? That's not small improvement. That's generational jump in efficiency. On the top of that, it has 1 million token context window, which means it can hold and process an enormous amount of information in single session. What's this model built for specifically? Okay, agent agentic AI system that don't just answer one question, but take sequences of actions, use tools, make decision across long workflow. That's the direction the whole industry is moving, away from chatbots and towards AI that actually does things autonomously. And NVIDIA is shipping open weight models specifically designed to power that future. The fact that it's open is also huge. Enterprise developers, researchers, startups, they can all run this, fine tune it, but build on it. This isn't locked behind an API. NVIDIA is very deliberate play to be foundation that agentic AI is built on. Okay, now ElevenLabs. You probably know them as the voice AI company. Just launched something called ElevenCreative, and this is significant pivot for them. They started as a voice cloning and text to speech company, and they were already best in class at that. But Eleven Creative is full creative platform, a single browser based tool. You get voice cloning, text to speech, AI video generation, music creation, sound effects, and image generation all of in one place. And the details that I think is going to matter most creators: 70 plus language support. We are not talking about rough machine translation. uh, 11 Labs has built its entire reputation on audio quality and naturalness across language. So if you are creating content for global audience, localized videos, dubbing podcasts, making multi language campaigns, this becomes a very serious tool. uh, what this tell us about where the industry is going. The standalone AI tool era is ending. Companies that started with one specific capability to now building full platform. The war is going to be fought at the platform level, not the feature level. 11 Labs is making a clear statement uh, that they want to own the audio and creative side of that platform war, right? Okay, quick one, but worth mentoring, right? ChatGPT just rolled out interactive math visuals. Instead of giving you a static explanation of a formula of concept, it now generates interactive diagrams where you can actually adjust variables yourself and watch how the formula is changes real time. You move a slider, the graph updates instantly. You change the value, the equation responds. This is rolling out plus to plus pro and team user starting today. And if you have ever tried to learn something like calculation or physics and calculation type through a chatbot, you know that the biggest limitation has always that the text explanation of visuals. Dynamic concepts are inherently limited. You can explain what a derivative means in words, but uh, watching the slope of curve change as you drag a point along a graph, that's a completely different learning experience. This is genuinely useful upgrade for students, teachers, and anyone doing work. Okay, Perplexity is doing something that I think is a preview of where AI assistants are going. That's launching they are launching an always on agent. Their name is always on agent that merge with a continuously running Mac Mini. Okay, the idea is that instead of opening an app and asking a question and waiting for a response, the AI is just always there, always running. It has access to your local files, your apps, your sessions, your history, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, continuously. The waitlist is open now. This is the direction, not AI as a tool you picked up and put down, but AI as a persistent layer that runs alongside everything you do. The Mac Mini interesting as a choice because it's low power, always on, and sides quietly in your environment without demanding attention. Pair that with an agent that has context about everything on your machine, and you have got something that starts to feel like software or more in like infrastructure. Okay, I'm going to end with this one because I think it's genuinely fascinating and a little bit funny. Historians spend an entire year living with a humanoid robot, and their conclusion wasn't what you'd expect. The biggest challenge were not technical. The robot works fine. The biggest surprise were all logical, logistical and social. There's no insurance category for humanoid robot in your home. There are no transit rules about whether a robot can ride a subway or take a cab. There are no socially agreed upon rules about where robots are welcome and where they are not. Think about that. We have spent decades imagining AI as this far future technology challenge, and the technology is largely here, right? The humanoid robot exist, they function, the problem we didn't anticipate are legal and social categories that society hasn't built yet. That's actually a pretty important lesson about where the real friction in AI adoption is going to come from in the next few years. Not the models, not the hardware, the rules and norms that humans need to agree on. All right, that's everything for today. Wi-Fi is conclusion what we discuss on today's video. Wi-Fi is seeing through your walls. Anthropic just studying the future society. Nvidia's instant open model for agents. 11 labs going full platform. ChatGPT getting interactive. Perplexity becoming always on. And historians realize that living with a robot is mostly a paperwork problem. If you found this video useful, hit that like button. It genuinely helps the channel grow, so I can keep bringing you this kind of coverage every single day. Subscribe if you haven't not already, because this stuff moves so fast and you do not miss it, right? Okay, I'll see you in next one. Take care. Bye bye.